Hello and welcome to my tarot corner. I hope you are all well. Well, it's been quite a hectic 24 hours for me with my aunt in the hospital, with a lot of family fights. It's really very, very difficult for me, and actually listening to whatever is going on in the British realm is kind of lighthearted with everything that is going on with my family. It only comes to show that families are always complicated, no matter if it is a royal family or not, and there are always those elements that are disturbing, that those that are trying to sabotage others. It's amazing how things are always the same, no matter what family you are in. So today I'm going to do another deep dive. This one is for Prince William. And naturally, you cannot be Prince William in the past few weeks without feeling enraged, without feeling absolutely unable to take your anger outside and unable to come out and say anything, and it makes you want to scream and angry and frustrated. And I'm sure that all of those things are going on in William's mind, and I'm sure that I hope that Catherine is there for him, although she herself has also gone through quite a lot of disappointment from her brother-in-law and quite a lot of bashing from him. But for William, I think it's really something that really it's impossible to even believe that you could be betrayed by your brother like this. So I'm going to do a deep dive into William, into how he feels, and try to give him some kind of advice on what to do and how could it end up in the long term. Just a few of the things that I've learned about him in the past day or two. They went to Liverpool, William and Catherine, and this 81-year-old lady was kind enough to shout at him that not to take things to heart, to be strong, and he shouted back, "I will," and she was very touched. And this is something that is so beautiful to see how he is communicating with the people despite the never explain and never complain policy. He is communicating, he is showing that he cares. And we saw Catherine in going out in the car, and she did look very sad, despite the fact that they all looked like a very united front in their outing as to their engagements. Especially right now, they are making sure to coordinate their dress in a way that it's just shoving it to Meghan, to show her that it is possible to wear the same colors as others in the royal family, that there's no rule as to never wear a color that the monarch wears or others of the top royal family wearing. But Catherine herself was caught saying that she does not believe that therapy helps to everyone, and sometimes therapy does not help. And we see that for example, with Harry in the past, what he has gone through since he left the mental health therapy that he went through before he met Meghan, he is going through some kind of hypnosis. It seems like he's going through some kind of brainwashing, and it seems like he is not actually going through the mental health therapy that he really needs, and that is why it's not really helping him. It's only making him more and more petulant, more disturbed. It's really disturbing to see. Okay, so what I'm using is the Spellcaster Tarot. This is a second-hand deck. I bought it on eBay. I got it only the deck and the guidebook without the box. So that's why I don't have the box near me. But this is the deck, and this is a Rider-Waite clone, so it's very easy to use. I don't need the book near me, but if I will need it, then I get the book. So let's start by clearing the deck. Let's start by saying my disclaimer. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourself. So now let's clear the deck. Okay, so Prince William's situation after Harry's publication of his memoir, Spare. How does Prince William feel? What is blocking him? What are his challenges? What can we advise him? What are the lessons that he can learn from this situation? What are the ethics of this situation that are prohibiting him from things that he could say? What are the developments that we could see from this situation, the long-term developments, and what can we see for William's total mental health and total feelings after Harry took out, published his book, Spare. William, after Harry published his book, Spare, how does he feel? What would he like to do and can't? What can he do? And what can we advise him long term? So the first card is the card that shows us William and his feelings today, how he feels regarding himself, regarding his brother, regarding the world, the monarchy. And what we're getting here is the Hermit card. Okay, so the Hermit card is a card of someone who is someone who, this is interesting because this is a card of someone who is willing to go all the way in order to find out the truth. And in a way, it can show us what William is willing to do. It's also a card of someone who really wish to be alone. And I think that in this instance, it shows us also what William really wish he could do. He really wish that he could go and be alone, that he could go and search inside of himself this truth, search what he could have done to make things different. This is not only in searching the truth about the things that Harry has claimed and the things that Harry is said that are wrong, the things that Harry we know of a lot of things that Harry said that are not true. Just if we're talking about the Xbox, if we're talking about the Queen Mother, and so many other things that were already debunked in regard to Harry's book. But this is a more profound card because the Hermit is a major arcana, and this card is a card of 3 stages. The first stage is the stage of the wish to have to learn the truth, and then there is this goal of putting a goal in front of you of what you want to achieve, and then having the patience in order to achieve that goal. So this is a card of meditation. This is a card of a person who is looking within and watching and solitude and trying to understand the life, understand the big solutions for life. And this is actually a card that goes very well with William's Earthshot Prize, for example, because in the Earthshot Prize, he's looking for big solutions for the problems of Earth. So William is a person that is going deep in every aspect. When he is going to look into the problems of fixing Earth, then he's going deep. Now, when he's looking into how he can fix things with his brother, how can he fix things for the monarchy, he also wants to go deep, and he's looking for the solution within himself. So it's not only about trying to find how to debunk his brother's claim. It's trying to find where things went wrong. How could he have acted differently? What can he do from now on? What can he do to make things different? So this is the main thing that is now is dominating William's mental health or mental situation, the things that really dominate his thought. How can I change this? What can I do to make this better? What can I do to make this different? What can I do to fix this? So he really wants this alone time, this solitude, in order to try and reach some kind of a solution. This is something that William wants to have the luxury of the time and the ability to have this alone time. And it's not something that as a very public figure he can have. And it's not something that is very easy, but this is what he wished that he could have. Okay, so the next card is the situation that William finds himself in. And the card that I'm getting here is the Lover's card. And the Lover's card is all about looking in your life's pathway, looking at the things that are not helping you to go forward in your life's pathway and cutting them out. Now, in this Lover's card, it's the gender of these people is not evident. It's not, I mean, of course, there is one taller and there is one shorter, but it's not evident from looking at these people that it's a man and a woman. It could very much be two brothers or two sisters, or just two people that were connected and are not going to be connected any longer. So, and this is another major arcana. So the situation here is that the need to be total. So William realizes that there is a need to be total, that he needs to look at his pathway, and his pathway is to become king. And he needs to look at his pathway and to look at the things that are not helping him, the things that are redundant, and what does he need to take out of his life's pathway in order to move forward. And sometimes it's not an easy choice to make. Sometimes it's not something easy. Sometimes you sit on the fence because it's not easy to cut out a brother out of your life. And Neil said today that William actually wants to take away Frogmore Cottage from Harry, because he wants a clear cut. And maybe this is showing us that William realizes that there needs to be a clear cut. We also know that Charles, in trying to be accommodating for Harry so he can be at the coronation, changed the coronation in a way that only William is the Duke that swears allegiance to him, and the other royal dukes don't. So Charles is doing everything in his power to make sure that Harry can participate in the coronation. But William is not being so accommodating. William is feeling that he needs to cut Harry out of his life, that this is not something that helps him go forward, because he knows what his life's pathway is taking him, where it's taking him. He knows what his destiny means, and he knows that Harry, and as he is right now, is not helping him in his life's pathway. So the challenges that are standing in William's way, and we're getting Judgment, another major arcana. So this is a very, very, very spiritual spread. There are a lot of spiritual cards here. It's all about a lot of spiritual things, and Judgment is about change, and this is a very painful change. This is a change that is something that is permanent. This is a change that is a long and difficult process of change. And as you can see in this card, it is depicted in a very good way, because it is long, it is boiling hot, it is very, very difficult. And as you can see here, there is this hand with the magic wand that is causing this, because this is a change that comes from above. So it is something that is not in our ability to control. This is not in our control. This is something that is that was bound to happen, and this is something that is not in William's control, not in anyone's control, but it's still a very difficult thing to accept. And this is a change of Harry's William's relationship with Harry. This is the change of Harry's relationship with the whole family. And because it comes in the challenges, it shows us how difficult it is for William to accept that. It shows how afraid he is that this complete cutout of Harry from their lives, how this complete change might end up with Harry's with Harry doing something that could be fatal. But it is frightening. But William does realize that he has no choice. So this card shows how difficult it is for William to accept that this change is inevitable, that they cannot go on the same as they were. They can never go back to being the way that they were in the past. This is irretrievable. This is irreversible. This is something that just cannot go back to the way it was. This is a change that is it's not something that can ever be forgotten or forgiven. Okay, next card is let's go down. Let's go to the developments. So what are the developments in William's life and in everything that is going on in William's life from Harry's publication and so on? And what we're getting here is another major arcana, and this is the Moon card. Moon card, that is the mother card, and this is the card that says we need to talk about it. So first of all, we're talking about the development that went on in William's life, and William realizes how Harry used their mother's name. He resents how William used their mother's name. He's angry at how William used his mother's their mother's name. And he wished he could just pick up the phone and start talking to him about it, because this is what this card is telling him. This card is saying you need to talk about it. So he needs to talk about it to someone. And I hope that he does have someone he can talk about it to. If it's a therapist, if it's Catherine, if it's someone that he can talk to him about it. But this is the fourth major arcana in this spread, and you saw me shuffling the deck. This is a card that also shows how difficult it is for William to shut up and not say anything at Harry's misusing of their mother's name at every step of the way. If we're talking about the cream that he put on his daughter, and if we're talking about each and every step of the way, Harry speaks about their mother. I think that in every chapter of the book, I don't know how many times, I haven't read the book, so I don't know exactly how many times, but Harry keeps on talking about their mother, and this is a card that shows that how William it's so difficult for him, how much he wants to talk about it to Harry, and how much he wants to scream about it, just like this dog. Oh, I'm not sure if it's a dog here, is wailing to the moon and he wants to scream about it because he's so furious about his mother's name being used this way. So the next card is the ethics, and the ethics means what can he do in this limitation of the never complain, never explain, of the limitation of the institution. So what can he do? What ethically can he do to try and let's say clean the royal family's name, clean his wife's name, clean his own name? What can he do? And what I'm getting here is the Queen of Swords. Well, at least it's not a court card. At least it's not a major arcana. And the Queen of Swords, that's the queen who is the one who speaks, is very much interested in social responsibility. She's the one who is who cares about the environment. She's the one who cares about other people. She's the one who cares about charities. She's the one who will she's the one who will sacrifice relationships for work. So this card is telling him you have no choice. You need to go on with your work. You need to go on with your charities, with getting up in the morning and going to your royal engagements, because this is exactly what your royal engagements are all about. This is what you need to do. This is what you have to do. This is what your work ethics are telling you to do. You cannot do anything else. This is your only response. This is what your ethics are telling you to do. There is nothing else. In that very confined royal family or firm rules, this is your best response, to get up in the morning and go on your engagement as if nothing happened, and be that Queen of Swords, be that person that shows caring to the environment, shows caring to the people, shows that he cares for others, and that is work oriented, that cares about his work, that cares about charity, that cares about everyone else. This is what this card is telling him. So unfortunately, there is nothing else that he can do. So what lesson does he need to learn from this? And the lesson is the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is a card that is telling him that he has, unfortunately, nothing more to do about it. This is a card that is telling him you cannot decide to do anything. This is a card that tells him you need to rest. This is decide not to decide. This is a card that is telling him right now, you are not ready to make a decision. Don't make decisions right now. You need to rest. You need to wait. The process is still not clear. You need to think about things. This is a card that is telling him not to make decisions yet, to wait until more things come out, until things start being more clearly. This card is telling him to wait until things are starting to appear. As you know, many things are coming out right now about all sorts of rumors regarding Harry, things that the palace was keeping quiet about but are now coming out, things that probably happened after Harry went to the US as well. Also, I saw that Neil Sean said today that Harry is starting to ask questions about Doria. So that is also something that might also change things. So altogether, I think that this card is telling William, you need to wait. This is not the end of this. This is not the end of the process. You need to wait, to let things time to take its course, to let things happen, to wait until more things come out to the open, because the process is not clear yet. So you cannot make decisions yet. You need to wait it out. Okay. Next card. Next card is the advice card. And the advice card is the Sun card. And the Sun card, as you know, is the Father card. So first of all, it is telling Prince William to stay by his father, to support his father, because his father is going through a very difficult time. But once again, the Sun card is about abundance, it's about happiness, it's about wealth. So it is telling him to look at the things that he has, to look at the things to look at his family, at the abundance that he had, at the happiness that he has, not to neglect those things, to be happy with what he has, not to look at the things that he lost, because he lost his brother. So this is something that he just cannot, he cannot delve on that. Look at the things that you do have, look at the things that make you happy, look at this, concentrate on the present, concentrate on the things that give you personal fulfillment, and once again, concentrate on your father and how to help your father, because he needs your help. So that's the advice card. Who are Prince William's allies? And the card that I'm getting here is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a card that says you get what you deserve, and if you're giving, then you will get back in return. So his allies are those people that he's helping. Those people that he's helping are the ones that will come to his rescue. Let's say it that way. Those people that he's working with, the people that appreciate him, the people that know what kind of person he is, the people that know what kind of person, how much he does give to the community, how much he gives to other people. Those people are the ones who are his allies, the ones who will come to his defense, the ones that will come to help him. So these are his allies, and I really like this card, because this card is telling us, we know that Prince William is giving a lot, so he's giving, so he deserves to receive back. And every time that we get this card with Harry, and I remember the 10 pound that they gave to the dog shelter, and I quiver, because I think to myself, this is what they got, this is what they deserve. But I know what William and Catherine gave and how much they gave to charity, so they deserve a lot more. So this card is telling us that people will give him the second chances that he wants and that he deserves, that he is good enough, that he is worthy, and people will see that. This is a person who, with his generosity, is buying people that will just adore him, people that will appreciate him by this generosity. And just to see this card, it's not about charity, just not about giving money. This person is coming here and giving the people that are hungry a bowl of soup. He's giving them what they need. He's giving them food. This is what William is doing. He's giving people not only the physical needs. He's giving them the food for thought. He's giving not only the money for charities. He's giving the how do you say that? You know what I mean. He's giving more than just tangible things. He's giving also spiritual things. Okay, that is what I mean. Okay, next card is the issues around everything that is going on here. What are the issues that will come out of Harry's book that William will need to tackle? So what are the issues that he will need to tackle? And what we're getting here is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about getting your destiny in your own hands. And we've been getting this card with Harry quite a lot, because Harry has lost that. He lost the ability to hold his destiny in his own hands. Now here the issue is that does William have the ability to take his destiny in his own hands? Because Harry kept claiming that William is shackled, that he is that he's not free, and Harry kept on claiming that he is free and that he got freed from the very shackling institution, but William is still shackled, and he's still very confined to the institution. And this card comes out in the issues that are coming out of this whole debacle, because this is the issue. Does William have the ability to take his destiny in his own hands? And this is a more profound question, because what does it mean taking destiny within your own hands? William was born into the monarchy. He was born to become king. So you might be very stoic and come and say, no, he cannot take his destiny in his own hands unless he decides to, like his great uncle, to give up to give up the monarchy, to give up the title, and not to become a king. But that is not what it means. Taking your destiny in your own hands, each and every one of us is born to become something. Each and every one of us has some kind of destiny that is written to us. Each and every one of us either is born with a skin color or with some kind of religion, something that is limiting us or opens up horizons for us. Some of us are born in very poor environments. Some of us are born in very rich environment. It doesn't. All of those things are determining our starting point, and then our ability to take our destiny in our own hands means how much can we carve our destiny within the limits of what we were given from the beginning. For example, I wasn't born tall. When I was up until 4 or 5 years ago, I was a very thin woman until I got a very high dosage of steroids, and that well, we won't get into that because of my disease, but I was a very thin woman. I was a very good-looking woman, and but I was not tall. And sometimes people came to me and said, "Why didn't you go to modeling?" But I couldn't go to model because I wasn't I wasn't given the blessing of height, and I couldn't be a model. I was very bright, I was very smart, and I could go to medical school. This is what I wanted since I was 7 years old. Now, when I was 7 years old, I said that I will become a pediatrician. Now, that is because I was sick then. I had a tumor in my back, and I said I will become a pediatrician when I will be an adult. Now, not each and every one of the children that I see today that is sick can become a pediatrician when he's older. Not each and every one of them is bright enough to become a pediatrician. But if you do have the ability, the brains for it, then you can become that. So it depends on what you got in regard with what you got as IQ, what you got from your parents in regard to your education, everything. So everything that we got from our parents, everything is part of the baggage that we go out to the world with, and it helps us take our destiny in our own hands and determine our destiny. So this card is telling us that this issue is going to come up quite a lot. Harry will keep on saying that he took his destiny by his own hands by breaking free from the royal family, and he will try on and on to try to insinuate that his brother couldn't do the same. But it's not true, because if William wanted to, he could have, but William doesn't want to. William carves his destiny within the limitation of being the next in line to the throne, within the limitation of him knowing that he's going to become king, and he's going to do that in his way, and he's going to take the destiny in his own hands and create the king role in his way, the way that he wants it to be. So I think that you all understood what I meant to say from this whole lecture. So these are the issues that are coming up from all of this story, and this is why we got this card. And what is the long-term outcome? And the long-term outcome is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is a card that says that dreams can and will become true. So this is a good card. This is a card that tells William that he will be able to fulfill his dreams. It doesn't say that he will be able to get his brother back. It says that his dreams, what he wants, he can make reality. He has it in him. He has it in him to create things and to make his dreams come true. This is what this card is telling him. This is a very positive card. Now, naturally, when this card is negatively aspected, we see it as a gaslighting card. We see it as someone who is living in this world of fantasy, but there is no reason to think of it in a negative way. So this shows that William does have the ability to make his dreams come true. He has the ability to fulfill things, to fulfill his plans. He has the ability to get out of the comfort zone and make things true. This is about not missing opportunities. This is about not detaching from reality. This is about being with 2 feet on the ground and being able to get the dreams come true, but not fantasize about things that cannot become true. So this is the outcome, and the outcome is a very good outcome for William. Okay, so that's the tarot, and the oracle deck is the dragon oracle cards for William, and advice for William as to how to go forward with everything that is going on right now. Okay, so let's clear the deck. Advice for William, for Prince William, Prince of Wales, Duke of Cambridge and Clarence. Advice for Prince William on everything that is coming out from his brother's book. Okay, so the card that I'm getting is Water Dragon. helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ, light, and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities. Go with the flow. Let's see what the book says. Okay, so the water dragons are bringing William to flow, are allowing him to flow around his challenges with loving intent. And they can help him look for an easy way to circumnavigate his challenges and deal with people lovingly. And to enable this to happen, he needs to develop his intuition and his psychic abilities, and then he can listen to his inner wisdom and trust that the water dragons will guide him, and the course of his life will run more smoothly, and he can be cleansed from all of the evil and bad energies that are within himself, so he can just relax more and absorb unconditional life and love into his into himself, into his cell, and this will bring him love and wisdom and healing, and he will be able to travel effortlessly on his ascension path. So that is the message of this card. Okay, so altogether, I think that this card is telling him to relax more, and then he will be able to navigate around things more easily. And if he does connect with his psychic abilities and with more, with his maybe connect with his, wait a minute. How did they say it? Intuition and psychic abilities, mainly intuition, then he will be able even to clean his own bad energies and the bad feelings from everything that happened. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.